Hey everyone, so today marks the 13th month I've been off Lexapro. I came off Lexapro cold turkey, and that has put me in protracted withdrawal. So what that is I'm not an expert, a medical expert, but what it usually means is it's a neurological injury to the brain, and it causes a lot of problems, mental health problems, physical problems. And yeah, it's been real rough for the past 13 months. I've been trying to make videos and things like that, but it's just so hard to function that I basically just had to. I'm just trying to survive. It's been real hard getting through the withdrawals, and yeah, I just want to update people and just want to spread the word and information about it and what I've gone through. So yeah, I will definitely want to talk about it in this video, and I hope you can watch the whole video and get a little bit of information from that. If you're going through the same thing, that you're not alone, and a lot of people are going through it. So I'm just gonna go through what the symptoms I had, what phases I went through, and what I'm dealing with now. I'm going to plan to talk about that, and hopefully, if you can watch the whole video, that'd be great. So just a brief background. So I was on it for about 4 years. So I started a little after COVID happened, around 2021. I was on Zoloft for 8 years before that. So I was on Zoloft from 2017 to, from 2010 to 2018. I came off, went through protracted withdrawal that I didn't know at the time. So I was off that for 4 years. I had a lot of problems. Lost my job, my career. Didn't know I was on withdrawals. So during COVID, I guess like a lot of other people, they went back on medications. My GP suggested Lexapro. I was already 4 years off Zoloft, so I was in 4 years in withdrawals. I guess if I kept going, I would have healed, but I didn't know at the time what I was going through. So the doctor suggested Lexapro, and yeah, I started taking 20 milligrams of Lexapro in 2021, and yeah, I mean it worked pretty well. For the first year, it really helped my anxiety, helped my OCD, which is one of my main problems that I have now, and I was doing pretty well. But yeah, just over the years 3 and 4, 2024, 2025. It just kept, the efficacy of the medication wasn't working, and I was just getting a lot of side effects. I had a lot of weight gain, sexual side effects, which these are very common. I had a lot of skin issues, a lot of mental fog, a lot of brain issues as well. I couldn't think properly, and I'm always tired, and I was lack of motivation, and all these things kind of it just built up so much in 2025 that I thought I'll try to come off. So I came off with what the doctors recommended. The 2 week taper, cut in half, and then stop. And I didn't know that was basically cold turkey, which is not great. You're meant to come off very slowly. Now that I know. And yeah, I came off cold turkey in May 2025. First month I had a lot of problems. The brain zaps, and everything with the brain. The brain was really heavy, and I couldn't think properly. And for about a month, it was horrible. But then it lifted, and I felt really, really good for a while. I felt really well. I could think. I was losing weight. Just coming off the medication, I was losing weight. I wasn't working out. I wouldn't do anything. And I felt like everything was up and up. I was going to the gym and everything. Just trying to build muscle. And around 4 months, around 3 or 4 months after coming off, I just suddenly got hit with a lot of mental health symptoms, and a lot of issues. And then my OCD, which is my main symptom, just came back really bad, which I now know is a sign of withdrawal, but it was horrendous. Like, I have contamination OCD, and it was so bad that Like, I couldn't think other than this OCD, and it was so bad. I couldn't function. So I couldn't leave the house. I had so much anxiety. Just every time I tried to go outside, I just have panic attacks, and I just couldn't function for I don't know, for like 5-6 months, probably around there. And that was probably the worst time of my life. I don't know how I even survived that period of time. And yeah, that was so bad. If I'd known, I would have at least tapered longer, and I would have tried to come off slowly and not just cut in half, all that kind of stuff. Which the doctors and psychiatrists they don't know this. That's what I've been going through, and it's been really hard. But now I'm at the 13th month mark. I guess I'll just kind of update you on just what I've gone through, I guess, and where I'm at now. So I'll just go through maybe some of the symptoms I had at the beginning, how they are now, and where I'm at now, and then see my journey from last year to this year, and hopefully keep updating you guys if I can get the energy to make a video. That I will try, but it's just so hard at the moment. So I'll see what I can conjure up in my with the energy. So yeah, I want to talk about the acute phase of protracted withdrawal. So for me, it lasted around 6 months. So yeah, I had like heavy brain. Like my brain was like, I felt like it was really heavy. It's always throbbing. Some brain pain as well. Sound sensitivity, light sensitivity. I can't even wear headphones even to today. Yeah, I can't use a vacuum cleaner in the apartment. No. And that's how bad it was. Yeah, couldn't leave the house. Yeah, that was one of the main symptoms. I have so many physical symptoms. A lot of skin issues or skin infections all over the body. Like a lot of rashes all around the body. I couldn't think straight. I had real bad OCD, which I still have now, but it was really bad during the first 6 months. Like it was just terrifying. I had some sleep issues, which is probably one of the first symptoms I think everyone gets. Some ringing in the ear, so that's pretty common as well. And I know a lot of people talk about that as well. I couldn't eat properly, like issues with texture and stuff like that. And, like terrible anxieties, like agoraphobia and just terrible anxiety. Couldn't do anything. Everything triggered me. My depression was really bad. Suicidal ideation is also a symptom as well. And I still have some of that today, but during the first 6 months it was like every day. It was tremendous. It was terrifying. And yeah, it was really bad. I had some physical symptoms, skin issues, rashes, stuff like that. Some physical pain and stuff like that as well. So all that happened during the first 6 months, and it was probably the worst 6 months of my life. Probably the first 6 months of my first withdrawal with Zoloft back in 2018. It was probably pretty bad, but I didn't know it was withdrawal. I thought I was just going crazy or something. And that was, I didn't, that was pretty tremendous, terrible time. But this one, now I know it's withdrawal, was pretty terrible. So, they're the main symptoms for the first 6 months of withdrawal. And I think that covers everything. Now, since I'm out of the acute phase, I guess now it's protracted withdrawal, neurological injury, as some people call it. My OCD is still around. It's really bad. I was taking the medication for OCD, and now since I come off, the withdrawals are amplifying the OCD. It's making it worse than it was when I started. So it's twice as bad, and yeah, it's just the constant intrusive thoughts and looping thoughts are so terrible. It's just so terrible, and it's probably the main issue I'm going through now. Anxiety is still pretty bad. The depression is still pretty bad. Low mood, they're also still around. I still have skin infections, which is another one of my main issues. So I'm just constantly getting skin infections all over my body. It's just really bad. And yeah, it just makes it hard to do anything because it's always bleeding or it's always something going on with it. So it makes it hard to go outside, do anything, and It's been real hard. They're probably the main things that are still around. So they're probably the main symptoms left. The main problem is the OCD, which is the main problem, and that is what I'm trying to resolve right now. I'm going to therapy. I'm doing ERP, but I'm not really budging. So that's really bad. Oh, and I still have a little bit of the what do you call it? Sorry, my brain's not working. Yes, I still have some ring in the ear on just on the left side. That's also still around. Sorry. So they're the main ones left. Hopefully, slowly get better. I'm hoping maybe for like another year, maybe 2 years. Who knows? But yeah, that's what I'm currently dealing with now. What has improved during and after acute, everything's probably improved quite decent amount. The only thing that is probably still really bad is the OCD, which is probably the origins of my problems, and skin infections, anxiety, depression, and suicidal ideation are also there. And yeah, the ring in the ear on the left side, it's still remaining. All the other symptoms have gone down a lot, so that's really good. So, I mean, it's slow, but it's slowly improving, which is what you aim for. Hopefully, maybe another year or so, it will get better, and I could function again a lot more and go outside, do all kind of stuff. Let's see how that goes. But that's what's changed. Acute to, I guess, protracted, as I call it. How protracted withdrawal has affected my life. It has been tremendous and probably one of the worst things I've ever gone through in my life. Ever. And I've gone through it twice, so it's even worse. But it's hard to explain, but it's just been so terrible. Yeah, like OCD's been ruining my life, anxiety's been ruining my life, depression's ruining my life. Can't leave the house, can't work, can't do anything. I'm on disability. I'm living with my brother, I'm sleeping on the couch because I can't afford my own place. It's affected everything. Yeah, I'm basically disabled. So for the past year, I've been disabled by coming off the meds, and I can't work, can't do anything. Yeah, it's affected my whole life. The worst thing for me is the OCD. That has ruined my life, and it's just been so terrible that I just cannot do anything. So that's it just takes up all my energy, all my brain power. Can't think, can't focus, and just have to do my compulsions. It's been absolutely horrible. There's no other way to explain it. It's been absolutely horrendous. The second symptom is the skin infections. That's absolutely horrible. Just constant skin infections everywhere. It's just horrible. I have no words to explain. It's ruined my life. So that's the only way to put it. It's been probably the worst year of my life. I don't know why I'm still here. I'm just kind of just white knuckled way through. No, the SI has been constant every day. I'm just been trying to hold on. Without my family, with my brother, I wouldn't be able to get through this because I would be homeless. I'd be destitute. So he's probably the only person that's got me this far, and I'll just try to hang on. There's no other words. There's nothing else to say. There's no words to put it. This has been terrible. So things I've tried during 13 months to get myself better. So I'm in therapy. So I'm seeing 2 psychologists. One for my autism and one for my OCD. And they've just been helpful, just getting me through, talk about my emotions, and I guess just crying when I need to cry. So it's just good to talk to someone. It's been helpful. I've seen 2 psychiatrists. I've seen one that was pro-medication, you would call them. He didn't know anything about withdrawals or protracted withdrawal, neurological injury, all that kind of stuff. And he was like, just get back on the meds. And if I did that when he told me, I might have kindled myself, as I call it, and could have made everything worse. I've just decided to hold off until I'm just desperate for medication. Right now, if I just stay in the apartment and just not do anything, time still passes. I don't know what you call it, life or not, but it's still passing. So take that as you may. And then I saw not say anti-med, but someone who knows about withdrawals, Dr. Mark Horowitz. He's an Australian psychiatrist, but he lives in the UK, and he's the one that developed the hyperbolic tapering system, and he invented the deprescribing guide, the deprescribing guidelines that people will now follow. If I knew that at the beginning, I would follow what he told me, but no. By the time I found out, I was like 7-8 months off, so I couldn't get back on. I could have reinstated, but we don't know if that was going to work, so I was too scared to try at the time, so I kind of held off on that. And I don't know if that was a good idea or not, but at the time I thought it was a good idea to not get back on the medication. And yeah, he told me that you can slowly reinstate like 1 milligram of Lexapro every a week or a month, and you slowly just build back up if you want to, or stay at the lowest dose that you feel good. So I haven't tried it. I did get the liquid Lexapro, but I never used it. It's just sitting on my desk, and if I'm ever desperate enough, I guess, I would get back on it. So that's something I could try. And he just told me basically, other than that, this takes time. So just a lot of people just say it takes a long time to get better. Even Mark Horowitz, it took him 6 years just to taper off. He came off cold turkey at the beginning as well, and he kind of just got back on the medication. It helped him, but it took him a long time to get back off. And I just felt like I don't want to get back on. Take maybe like a year to get on like a normal dose, and then taking like 6 years to come off. I felt like it was more effort than it was worth at the time. So I didn't do it. And then you said, other than that, it just takes time, and that was the only option. So I'm just going with the first option. And yeah, he was probably my only helpful person that I saw at the beginning. So he really kind of helped me when I was in the real deep throes of my acute phase. I really appreciate Mark for what he's done, and I really thank him for getting me through that really dark period. Yeah, thank you, Mark. And just watching a lot of videos of people who've gone through it. Angela Peacock is probably almost the most popular but well-known person on YouTube. So her videos really helped me. There's a few other people that on YouTube as well. I found random videos of people going through it, and they've been really helpful. But Angela Peacock's probably the main one. Yeah, I've done a couple of coaches as well, and they're helpful. Emma from the Psych Med Sanctuary, that's her YouTube channel. I did a coaching session with her, and she was really helpful because she did a reinstatement and it worked for her, but she did a benzo reinstatement, benzodiazepine reinstatement, which is different from an antidepressant. She was really nice, she was really kind, and just really listened to me at the time, and I really appreciate that. And yeah, there's a couple other good coaches. I can't remember the names, but I guess if you leave a comment you want to know, I can try to find out again. Yeah, so yeah, they're probably they're in like the psych med area. I did try supplements at the beginning, but they're really agitating to the nervous system, so I stopped that. I stopped drinking coffee because coffee affects the nervous system, so I haven't had coffee in like a year. I really miss coffee. I've just been having hot chocolate, so it doesn't really hit the same, but it's close enough. I tried different diets, but yeah, it doesn't really do much for me. I know it helps some people, but it hasn't helped me that much. I probably haven't tried long enough, but it's just hard to eat meat all the time or be keto all the time. It's just really difficult. I do try for like a month, and I feel a little bit better, but I feel a whole lot better. The effort is, I don't have the energy to keep to make food every day and to buy fresh food every day. I can barely leave the house, so it just makes it too difficult to do. Sometimes a microwave meal or just some fruit is what I eat. Yeah, that's what I've been doing. And just other things I've been trying, because my brother's been taking care of me, just moving to different hotels and maybe like respite apartments just to give him some space, because even though I'm suffering a lot, he has to deal with what I'm going through. So sometimes it's good to move out, give him like a month or a couple of weeks for him to kind of recharge, because it also affects caregivers. So we have to kind of remember that as well. Yeah, so I've sometimes just moved to a hotel or something, just give them some space. Even though it's hard, but you have to think about others and what they're going through as well. Yeah. And yeah, they're most of the things I've done. Other than that, just I don't leave the house much because I can't. Just stay inside all day, and I'm just really just trying to drain the clock. Is what I'm trying to do. I'm just trying to get through this as fast as possible and with the least amount of pain. Is my goal. But so far, it's been great. They're all the things I've tried doing. And if you have any suggestions or anything, you can put in the comments. I can have a look and give it a shot. So the most important thing I've learned from going through Protracted Withdrawal for the past 30 months is the human body and the mind can withstand so much trauma and pain that you cannot believe how painful it is. There's no words to explain how bad protracted withdrawal, the neurological injury is. There's no words to explain. So all I can say is it really builds your mental and physical fortitude. I guess that's probably great. I guess in the future, if I survive this and I get through it, then maybe I can handle anything. But if I can get through it, is the most important part of that point. And just I've never known so much suffering in my life, and I've gone this far. If I can make it, there's probably nothing worse in the world I can go through. So I guess that's the only thing that I've learned. And also, if I've known how to taper off and come out of these medications too quickly, it would have caused this neurological injury. I would have come off slowly, and I would have not gone through all the suffering. But the doctors, the GPs, the psychiatrists, they don't know anything. Like, there's a lot of information out now, and in America they're doing a lot of information. RFK and everyone doing providing information on how to come off medication. But like at the time, I didn't have any information, and GPs and everything, they don't know anything. It's so frustrating because they've caused this, and I just don't know. I have no words to express how upset I am about what they've done, to me, and that's what I can say. I have no words to express how upset I am. I don't want to swear or anything, so I'm just going to hold off on that and stop there. My plan going forward is I'm going to just see if I can hang on, not taking the medication again or reinstating. This is my current plan. But if the suffering becomes so unbearable, then a reinstatement or restarting the medication at a low dose I might consider. Just depending on how bad it is. At the moment, as long as I don't leave the apartment or don't do too much, I can still survive. Until then, reinstatement is, I guess, the last option I'll try. But right now, I think I'll just keep waiting it out, hopefully. I really hope maybe in like a year or so, maybe a year and a half, 2 years max, maybe, that this will all be over. I can only hope. That's my current game plan. And I do know that there's no timeline to the withdrawal process, so you don't know how long it takes to heal, so it could take 1, 2 or 3 years. The future's been uncertain at the moment, but I really hope maybe in another year or two that everything clears up and that I could function again. Maybe think about working and doing all that kind of stuff. Let's see how that goes. But that's what I'm currently thinking of at the moment. And hopefully maybe one year. Pray for 1 year. Let's keep positive. If you've gone this far, then and if you're going through the same thing or something similar, it's kind of like a slow recovery, but you gotta keep going, and you just gotta have hope that it kind of gets better. I don't know how long it's gonna take, but hopefully it will get better. And if someone else is going through the same thing, you can write in the comments, and maybe we can talk about it more. But I can only hope that I slowly get better. I'll see how it goes. I'm going to try to, I guess I can try and make more videos, but it just takes everything in that I have to make a video. I can barely get up. Yeah. If I can make another video and talk about this and provide updates, I will. But we can do a monthly update, I'll try, but probably not. But yeah, I guess the only way is to watch other people that have healed, like Angel Peacock and stuff like that, and just hope it gets better. That's what I'm doing, and I'm just gonna wait it out. Hopefully everything gets better, and if it does, I'll let you know. If not, then I guess I won't make another video. But we'll see how it goes. So yeah, I'll see how it goes. Yeah, that's my update for 13 months of protracted withdrawal or neurological injury. Sorry, my brain's not working again now. And yeah, just gonna update people what I'm going through. It's kind of hard to talk about it because it's very traumatizing, and yeah, once I had PTSD from this, but it's been tremendously terrible, and I don't know how I'm still here, but I've at least made this video to document that I've gone this far. If you watched this whole video, I'm so surprised, but thank you so much. I mean, I really appreciate it. I guess if you have anything that can help me or any kind of information, that'd be great. You can leave in the comments and let me know. But on that, yeah, I'm just going to document my journey from here. See if I can try to make more videos. I don't know if I have the energy, to be honest. I can't guarantee nothing. If I make an update next month, then you might be doing better. But if I don't, then I could be getting worse. We'll see how it goes. But yeah, if you watched this far, I really appreciate it. Thank you so much. I'll try to keep you posted. And yeah, if you're going through the same thing, hopefully you're healing as well. And if you have any kind of positive stories, I'd love to hear it because I really need it. But thank you for watching. I'm not going to take this a long video now. So, thank you guys. Bye.